Hey everyone, it's me, Gassique, and here's why you need to hear Gloomer. So Gloomer is the project of LA-based producer and multi-instrumentalist Elliot Cozell. He's worked with the likes of Gene Dawson, Corbin, Velvet Negroni. In creating Gloomer, he wanted to do something experimental where he took elements that shouldn't normally work together and he just tried to make a connection, which gives it this weird eclectic edge. In fact, he used something called granular synthesis, which is where you insert a song into a sampler and it rejigs all the audio, giving you a completely new, strange sound. When listening, you definitely get the sense of that warm fuzz of shoegaze, and there's a reason for that. In fact, his name is actually derived from the Loomer pedal, and that in itself is trying to recreate those same guitar songs of My Bloody Valentine, and it's actually named after a My Bloody Valentine song. So Gloomer started in 2022 with a more drummer bass kind of sound with the One More Time EP, which seems to be a collection of his previous songs like Wait Up, Drum Joy and Rolling. Let's have a quick listen to some of those. So as you can hear, it's slightly 90s Aphex Twin vibes, but with a bit more of a modern, more lo-fi edge. In 2023, he seems to have left the drum and bass aspect and focused more on the big guitar sounds and the My Bloody Valentine kind of shoegazy, rocky aspect. He released In the Sewer EP, which has the great track Lightning, which unbelievably has less than 6,000 plays currently on Spotify, which to me is nuts. This is definitely my favourite work of his, and I'd say maybe start on this. So let's have a quick listen. Then, in 2024, he released Killer Bees EP, which seems to be more of a mix of the previous two EPs. It's still very interesting, and especially some parts of Racing in particular, which I'm going to show because I think the track needs a bit more love. Then not long after that, Summertime was released, which I would say is a great song to drive to. It's a nice mix of gentle and yet harshness with a driving, thumping beat. Then after that, he slows it back down with I Could Fall Back in Love With You Still, which is a very small, intimate, lo-fi track full of warm, nostalgic 90s fuzz. So as you can hear, Gloomer's music can range from a hazy, dreamlike, fuzzy sound to a more energetic kaleidoscope of energies that manage to keep you hooked throughout. It can feel small and yet epic at the same time. It can feel both modern and old, and I enjoy that variety when I get to listen to him. There's not that much out there, but I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next, and for me, the In the Sewer EP I can see myself listening to for a long time to come, so please, let's have a bit more of that. Anyway, thanks for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and the music. I'm going to try and keep doing these little profile pieces on bands that I think need a bit more attention, that I think you should listen to. So subscribe, like, follow, comment. Maybe you liked it, maybe you hated it, maybe you want to hear some other bands, and maybe you've got some suggestions. It'd be good to know. Anyway, thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next one.